Alright, so we are here with the first ever Gacha Game Awards for 2025. This looks fun. You're going to go work now if this award seems cringe. Hey, just because it seems cringe doesn't mean it's not going to be enjoyable. And let's see if your favorite game wins. Now, I've already got some predictions here. I don't want to say, first of all, huge shout out to Stix for actually putting the time, the effort to organize this, make this. What a fantastic idea. And I hope it's more. I want to see 2026, where Arc Knight's Enfield becomes Clair Obscure and just sweeps the category. Okay, so let me get the predictions that I've got. Because he mentioned the categories down further below, but we'll go from there. You'll see I've got 2 nominated here. This is the popularity. Or some are like the popularity votes. Some of what I think should win. Now, I know if we look at the description,
Gacha games.
This is entirely unbiased, not influenced by content creators or studios, with many different winners in many different categories. Now, I would hope that's true. And I'm going to have faith that Stix, hold true to this. It's not going to be like a player's vote at the Game of the Year Awards where it was Genshin and Wuthering Waves, which, let's be honest, shouldn't have won. Is what it is. So I believe some are going to be popularity votes, namely anything Hoyoverse related. That being said, there could be some upsets. Without further ado, let's get into it. It's crazy to see Gachas. It is. And you know what? Deservedly so. Gachas are some of the most fun games out there. Whether people want to admit it or not, they are really fun. Anyway, we've rambled long enough. No, that's at the end. Don't worry. Let's get into it.
Have absolutely exploded in popularity ever since Genshin Impact took the genre mainstream.
True.
Gacha games have gone from being perceived as low-effort mobile games to AAA quality cross-platform titles launching onto PC and console as additions to mobile devices. Today, I want to take a moment here to celebrate the genre. I want to host the very first Gacha Game Awards. A celebration that isn't influenced by outsider sources. It is a community award show that is voted on by you, the community, hundreds.
You're going to get sued for this. Like Nintendo are looking at this going, that's dangerously close to our test footage.
Of thousands of you, actually, from dozens of different respective content creators, communities, and game backgrounds. Bringing it all together are dozens of my closest Gacha content creator friends and colleagues with whom I respect and appreciate for being a part of this. Together, we are going to bridge the gap between communities and present the biggest Gacha collaborative effort in the genre's history. Welcome to the 2025 Gacha Game Awards.
It's got a nice little logo.
Let's go ahead
That's
here
cool.
and start off with the best narrative in a Gacha game.
Good stories help us feel connected.
Okay, so for best narrative, I would like Limbus Company, but that's personal bias. Leaving personal bias aside, I think Fate Grand Order. Now, we've said it before. I don't think quantity over quality should factor into this, but as a Fate fan, I have to admit, Fate does have some good narratives at time. So let's see what's been nominated.
To the world that we're playing in, they allow us to relate to characters, to feel the impact of choices and decisions. They enthrall you, they make you laugh, and they make you cry. Hello everybody, my name is Duck TV, and it is my pleasure to present the award for Best Narrative-Driven Gacha Game. And the nominees are Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star
I knew
Rail.
Limbus would be there. Shit. Okay, it shouldn't be Star Rail. This is the popularity vote. I think Nikke. Sure, when you look past the Guna, yeah. Reverse 1999, possibly. I do think it's going to be Fate, though. Let's see.
Limbus Company, Reverse 1999, and Nikke. At number 5, with 26,743 votes, is Limbus Company. At number 4, with 35...
See, I don't agree with that. Nah.
1,184 votes is Nikke. Coming in at number 3 with 38,913 votes is Reverse 1999. Taking our second place with 52,664 votes.
Please say Star Rail. I want to be right.
Is Honkai Star Rail. And finally, coming in
Fate
at
Red
number
Order.
1 as the best narrative-driven gacha game with 59,232 votes is Fate Grand Order.
There were a lot of great
That's a fucking lot of votes.
options. Limbus Company is dark and complex. Nikke defies its Gooner allegations and really established itself as a contender. Reverse 1999 absolutely exploded in popularity in the last year, with more people enjoying it than ever before. Honkai Star Rail continues to deliver a narrative that many cannot stop consuming, and Fate Grand Order is a visual novel with more story than any gacha game that I have ever played, with one of the most fleshed out worlds in the genre. Now let's talk combat.
I like that little explanation at the end. I actually kind of like that. That's pretty good. Also, just notice he looks a bit like M-Tast. So that's a thingy. Imagine making so many Gmail accounts exactly like, I have to make sure my Hoyo game wins.
Action combat throws you right into the thick of things. You're required to react quickly, anticipate movements, as well as read attack patterns, dodge, parries, and counters. Every second counts, and it leaves no moment for downtime. Hi everyone, my name is Ruby, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for the best action gacha game.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I've decided for anything like this, I'm gonna have to knock one off. Look, I think ZZZ has the best combat, the best action combat in the genre, hands down. But I think Wuthering Waves is a lot more flashy with it. Like, it's still just as good, and it can be better at times. But I think Wuthering Waves has that flash about it. However, I'm going to trust that people have said Zenless Zone Zero.
Our nominees are
I'm going to trust
Aether
it.
Gazer, Genshin Impact, Punishing Grey Ravens, Wuthering Waves, and Zen.
You know what the crazy thing is? PGR never crossed my mind. I don't know why it didn't. PGR, it just slipped because all I can think of is Wuthering Waves when it comes to Kuro games. Which is good and bad.
Zone Zero. At number 5 is Aether Gazer with
Never heard of that game, by the way.
22,145 votes. At number 4 is Genshin Impact with 53,167 votes. At number 3 is Punishing Grey Raven.
Oh shit! That's like one not safe for work for YouTuber. I don't know, but let's try and keep it respectful, okay?
With 84,624 votes.
That's a lot of votes.
At number 2 is Zone Zero.
Fuck! Damn it! How many votes did he get?
With 91,774 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the best action gacha game is Wuthering Waves with 124,900.
Oh, shit, I wasn't even close. That's a fucking lot of votes, actually. Hold up. Damn, it's gotta be the style. It's gotta be the flash of it. That's totally fine. Totally deserved, by the way. I think any one of these 3 games could have easily took first place. Absolutely.
143 votes. Congrats to Wuthering Waves.
Aether Gazer's combat utilizing 3 characters on field at a time is incredibly fun. Genshin Impact, elemental reactions, and slower combat style feels really impactful and embraces a little more tactics. Punishing Raven's explosive high-octane combat continues to impress all of us. Zenless Zone Zero's more concise, impactful combat style really delivered a fantastic alternative to that. And Wuthering Waves, with its flashy, unique, explosive combat with unique animations for every single new character, helped deliver them the win. Now, let's go ahead and move on to turn-based combat.
Turn-based combat. How bad did Limbus get beat by a collab carried by Reverse 1999? Not too bad, I would say. Not too bad. You can always go watch this back just to find out. But, yeah, Limbus Company got mogged at like 21,000 votes in last place. It's a shame, but it is what it is.
It's almost 2026, and usually at the
Wow,
beginning of the
great
year,
jump scare.
we like to talk about turning over a new leaf, self-improvement, growth, but I'm a gacha gamer, and rather turn a new leaf, I'd rather press auto and pray that my RNG hits harder this turn than last year. I'm Captain Cabinets, and I'm thrilled to present the award for Best Turn-Based Gacha Game, where team building is essential
I
and
think this is going to be CZ.
everything. The nominees are Chaos Zero Nightmare.
Better yet, Chaos Zero Nightmare, I believe, should win. But I think Star Rail is going to win it. Popularity diff. Yeah, so about the popularity diff, right? That's why I think Star Rail is going to win. But I believe Chaos Zero Nightmare deserves the win. Not only did it come out of absolutely nowhere with the worst marketing known to a game, it's still doing this well. Just because it's not for me doesn't mean I don't appreciate that it's enjoyable, it looks fun. I just couldn't play it. I appreciate other people can. And before you're like, oh, what is Limbus Company if not a turn-based game? I believe Limbus Company is its own kind of genre. Does that make sense? Like, if you never played Limbus Company, it's hard to explain. But picture, it's hard to explain Limbus Company. It's both turn-based, but you don't get to decide the turns. You have to strategize. Better yet. Here's the best way I can describe Limbus Company's combat. It is a strategy game that you make into a turn-based game. You basically strategize how to make the turns work in your favor. That's the best way I can put it. So Limbus Company, I believe, is a category all of its own. Anything story-based, give it Limbus or story no diff, not gonna lie. Limbus Company story is pretty good. It's kind of like fanfic in its own genre of literature. Exactly Wuthering. Limbus Company's turn-based is like the peak of turn-based, but it's not turn-based enough to be turn-based. It's like the bare minimum turn-based, so it can't be considered turn-based. But it's like the bare minimum strategy, so it can't be a strategy game. So it's kind of both. Alright, let's see what won.
Fate Grand Order, Honkai Star Rail, Limbus Company, and Reverse 1999. At number 5 is Limbus Company with 17,224 votes. At number 4...
17,000's a lot, though.
Is Fate Grand Order with 34,671 votes. Number 3 is Reverse 1999 with...
We're seeing the popularity really carry Star Rail right now.
38,248 votes. Number 2 is Chaos Zero Nightmare with 49,912 votes. And coming in at number 1, the best turn-based gacha game is Honkai Star Rail with 94,473 votes. Thank y'all. Peace.
Limbus Company.
The problem with HSR, right? It's a really fun turn-based game, as long as you have the new units to fight the new meta. Otherwise, it's a really bad turn-based game. That's all I'm going to say.
Company features a ridiculously deep and complex combat system. Fate Grand Order is a classic. Reverse 1999 is beautiful and a little more friendly to newer players. Chaos Zero Nightmare is brand new and is on everyone's mind. And Honkai Star Rail...
That's why I thought it would win it, because it's on everyone's mind. Like, just because a game is new doesn't mean, hey, it's not eligible for contention. Still pretty fucking good. It came out in 2025. Of course it would be. I was doing the speed trying not to laugh face while sipping tea last because lost. I spilled everything on myself. Fuck. That's... wow, amazing. Pulling new units is best strategy. Exactly. Loki, I like to see Stix actually play Limbus. Yeah, honestly, I like Stix. I think Stix is a cool dude. I used to not really have an opinion because I didn't watch him as much, but the more I've gotten into the space, the more I've come to appreciate, Stix, a hard-working fucking dude. Case in point, the first ever Gacha Game Awards.
You don't really get much better than their level of special effects, their depth, and their aesthetic. Now, for the final combat category,
I think he has played
we're going to go ahead here and discuss
sure.
idle combat.
Idle games are some of the most casual, friendly
games
you
handsome
can
man
find.
jump scare. How's it going,
you
Brad?
On the move. You can play them anywhere, and they require very little investment, unless you want to. That is.
I will say one thing. I'm a little bit worried right now. Did you ever finish part 1? No, we're going to finish that after this. I just wanted to get this out of the way with. So, with this in particular, I'm a bit worried that some categories are going to be given away by who's hosting them. For example, say Best Gacha of 2025. If Wuthering Waves has won it, they're going to get someone like Gacha Smack or Saint, a real big quote-unquote Kurobot to present it. They're not going to have Saint Otas say, and best gacha game of the year goes to Genshin Impact. It just doesn't fit. So that's my big worry about that, but we'll see.
They value your time and reward you for playing when you want, instead of requiring you to play for hours on end every single day. Hey guys, my name is Bran Online, and today it is my pleasure to present the award for Best Idle Gacha Games. Our nominees are AFK Journey, Eversoul, Mobile Legends Adventure.
So right here, I've put AFK because I didn't know if they'd nominate Arena or Journey.
Enter Nikke, Seven Nights Rebirth. At number 5 is...
I do kind of wish they had both AFK Arena and AFK Journey. That would have been really funny.
Eversoul with 13,784 votes. At number 4 is AFK Journey with 27,450.
That's fair. That is fair.
1 vote. At number 3 is Seven Nights Rebirth with
I think Nikke's won this.
28,914 votes. At number 2 is Mobile Legend Adventure with
Nikke.
43,019 votes. And coming in at number 1, steamrolling the competition as the best idle gacha game is Nikke with 70,624 votes.
That's
Eversoul is
a lot.
beautiful free-to-play friendly game. AFK Journey is a little bit less AFK, but still heavily channels that AFK nature. Seven Nights Rebirth,
if it was Arena would have had more of a
and
chance, I
premium
think.
currency totally automatically. Mobile Legends Adventure is one of the biggest idle games in the entire world, and Nikke, combining its storytelling, its voice acting, its generosity, and character models, left it as the clear winner. Now it's time to move on from combat, so let's go and discuss the world.
Large, explorable worlds allow you endless freedom to enjoy and enthrall yourself in something out of the norm. They add depth to a story, they elaborate on characters and their lives. They make you
I'm going to give this category 7 out of 10. By the way, same microphone. Isn't that crazy?
Hidden chest tucked away somewhere.
It's a good microphone.
My name is Genizad, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for the best open world gacha games. Our nominees are Blue Protocol Star Resonance, Genshin Impact, Infinity
that's
Nikki,
fair. I didn't even
Tower of
think
Fantasy,
of Infinity
and
Nikki.
Wuthering Waves. Coming up...
That's what I was thinking of. Star Resonance. That was the thing. Star Resonance. Blue Protocol. Yeah, the one Braxophone was playing on thingy. It's good as that. It's almost like they're twins. Exactly. Look. Do you see a difference? No. Do you know why that is? Both handsome. Do you also watch Gacha Smack? Yes. Gacha Smack's cool. What can I say? I enjoy him. I think Genshin Impact has this, okay? Here's why Genshin Impact should win this, right? I think that's just a lighting issue as well. If I did... Okay, no, but yeah, you're right. It's just probably a lighting issue. I mean, I could do this and just turn it up. But then my retina started to burn, so that's fun. So, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Genshin Impact should win this over Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact basically have more or less the same open world. Okay? Like, let's be honest. More or less the same. Genshin Impact just has a bigger, wider variety. Whatnot. It has 6 regions. 7? Oh god, no. It has 6, 7 regions, okay? Wuthering Waves has a few, but it has better exploration. If it said best open world exploration, Wuthering Waves without a shadow of a doubt wins that shit. 3.0 is so much fun because of the bike. 2.0 is great because of flight. You're meant to experience the open world through, the views and whatnot. Yeah, if Wuthering Waves open world was like 3.0 from the start, absolutely. But Genshin Impact just has a wider map, a bigger map. And let's be honest, just traveling through the open world in Genshin, it makes me nostalgic. It makes me want to play it again. So I think Genshin Impact's won this.
At number 5 is Tower of Fantasy with a whopping 274 votes.
Wow.
Real heavy hitter there. At number 4 is Blue Protocol Star Resonance with 2,046 votes.
That's a fucking big jump.
At number 3 is Infinity Nikki with 4,084 votes. At number 2 is Wuthering Waves with 132,479 votes.
This entire award show is Kurobot vs. Hoyo Chill. And it is a bad time to be both, am I right? No, I think that's deserved. Like I said, Wuthering Waves exploration, unmatched, unbeatable. Genshin Impact's open world is just better.
Pretty big difference there. And then coming up at number 1 as the best open world gacha game is Genshin Impact with 144,513
That's not a big difference.
votes. Pretty surprising. Back to you, Stix.
Tower Fantasy is one of the best MMO Gacha games out there with a fantastic world to explore. Blue Protocol Star Resonance is very much the same. Infinity Nikki has a stunning world with a focus on dressing up your character and appealing to a largely ignored demographic.
Maybe that's why I didn't win. Maybe it's because it's more about dressing up and then kind of walking through the world rather than exploring the world.
Wuthering Waves is some of the most breathtaking world environments and areas. Genshin Impact's world is gorgeous, it's full of life, and provides a very different experience to any of its competitors.
Just to further kind of like drive home why Genshin should have won. You feel that even Sumeru, between the big foresty area and the desert, there's such a big vast difference, and the transition to it is kind of seamless. It's so fucking nice. Even going from Sumeru Desert to, I can't remember the actual name of it, but even going from the desert to Fontaine, you see the transition is just so nice. Even Mondstadt to Liyue, and Liyue to the chasm to Sumeru. It's so good. The only problem is, you have no real way of traversing over there. Unless, you pay to win for exploration, but that's not the topic at hand.
Now let's talk voice acting.
You don't always need voice acting in a game to appreciate the characters or the stories being told. But good voice acting is definitely the way to elevate the experience.
Before this even gets announced, I'm getting rid of Reverse 1999. Let me tell you why Wuthering Waves deserves to win this. Okay. First of all, varied range of accents. Everybody doesn't sound British for a start. 2, Jennifer English. They have the voice performer of the year in their game. Admittedly, not used them as much, sure. I would like to see more Carlotta. But every single person in Wuthering Waves sounds phenomenal. In fact, the difference in the rover from version 1.0 to 2.0 is so much better. I do believe it should win. That being said, will the popularity votes determine this? Yeah, it's a lot of variety when it comes to places to explore. Exactly, Denzel.
From yelling at epic abilities, or even the sad-driven moments, the funny, silly moments. Me mem. Hi, my name is Cherry, and it is my pleasure today to present the awards for the best voice acting in the Gacha games. In no particular order, the nominees are...
No shade, by the way, but I don't really understand what she's saying. Honkai Star Rail. Fuck. Oh. How is this? If this isn't number 5, what fucking voice acting? Okay, don't get me wrong. Fidon's VA, absolutely fucking amazing. Best part of Amphora is Fidon. Best part of it. When it was voiced. Let's not forget the huge strikes during the middle of it. Ain't no way Honkai Impact gets higher than 4th place. And if it is, holy shit, popularity contest.
Honkai Star Rail. Nikkei.
I'm worried about this as well. I'm worried.
Reverse 1999. And Wuthering Waves. And at 5th place
we'll see.
is Honkai Star Rail with 22,534 votes.
Still too many votes.
At 4th place is Wuthering Waves with 23,000.
I'm sorry, what?
At 4th place is Wuthering Waves.
I bet I'm putting robbed. I put it fucking robbed. What the fuck?
With 23.
Right. So Reverse 1999's won this then.
1,891 votes. At 3rd place is
To be fair, okay, I'm coming from an English listing perspective. I didn't consider JP. This is a tricky one. Did it mean voice acting overall? In all languages? Or did it just mean EN because... I don't know. Either way, I think Wuthering Waves got robbed.
Goddess of Victory Nikkei with 34,224 votes in. And coming in at 1st place, the best voice acting in the Gacha game is Reverse 1999 at 54,815 votes.
Damn.
Crazy. I love all the voice acting in all the gacha games that we play. Can't wait to see more gacha games in future.
Defining good voice acting is tough. Honkai Star Rail
it should be
delivers some incredible performances. Wuthering Waves continue
Both
to
games
get
had Jennifer English in
over
them.
time. Path to Nowhere's more mature voice acting really sells its darker theme.
What the fuck do you mean by that, Denzel? What do you mean by that?
Nikkei's voice acting is some of the most impactful in the genre, and finally Reverse 99 with their versatility, their regional dialects just enhance the game in a way that no other gacha game does. Now, let's talk about the best husbando and best waifus in gacha gaming.
Love and Deep Space, best husbandos, it is literally marketed towards women. Horny women.
Attractive men and women are just as large a reason to pull for new characters as meta characters are. Everybody enjoys pleasant things to look at, but not every game has a appealing cast of characters to choose from, especially when it comes to husbandos.
I'm glad she's enjoyed Wuthering
My
Waves.
name is Sevi, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for the best husbando gacha games.
Actually, wait.
Our nominees are Arknights, Fate Grand...
Okay, I was going to say, I'm a bit worried there, just because they said... because we said there, I was worried they were going to put Wuthering Waves. The woman's good game. Exactly. Okay. It was waifu list, it's whack list. You mean Limbus? Maybe. I don't think Limbus Company deserves to be on there. Fate Grand Order, I can kind of see. Look, Archer, Gilgamesh. That's all you need, really. Okay, that's all you need. Arknights, I don't know. Star Rail, okay. You've got Dan Hong. You've got Dan Hong 2. Dan Hong 3. No. You got Finon, My Day, and Naxa. Maybe. Well, Limbus Company, right, the problem with Limbus Company, right, is you look at them, and you look at the models. They just look really skinny and pasty. In battle, sure, but in the models, like, eh. But no, it's Love and Deep Space, and it is not even close.
Order, Honkai Star Rail, Limbus Company, Love and Deep Space. At number 5 is Limbus Company with 13,614 votes. At number 4 is Fate Grand Order with 27,125 votes. At number 3 is Arknights with 41,692 votes. At number 2 is Honkai Star Rail with
it wasn't even close.
61,851
The fact
votes.
they even considered adding anybody else but Love and Deep Space.
And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the best husbandos is Love and Deep Space with 153,649 votes.
This was an expected outcome, honestly. Limbus Company has some great males. Fate Grand Order has quite a few more. Arknights' men are quite big beefcakes. Honkai Star Rail pushes out very attractive men every few patches, but nothing comes close to the husbandos in Love and Deep Space, a gacha game that is
It tracks your periods. What else do you need from a game?
dedicated to gooning over men. Now let's talk waifus.
Waifu games are some of the most popular gacha games in the entire genre. And boy, do we love gooning to them. If there's one thing
that's a
stands out
cosplay
beyond any other, it's that when we see a character
Speaking of best husbandos, Dainsliff is right there. Hello?
drip, we start drooling.
Right, so I've actually put
My
Brown
name
Dust
is
2.
TV, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Waifu Gacha Games. Our nominees
She's smoking.
are
Oh, you know what she's
Azure
smoking.
Lane, Brown Dust 2, Nikkei,
Okay.
Snowbreak, and Zenless Zone Zero. And our winners are...
I've just realised that music in the background. That's the Leeway theme song. No, seriously, check this out. Listen.
These are Azure Lane, Brown Dust 2, Nikkei, Snowbreak, and Zenless Zone Zero. And our winners
Exactly, Girls Goon 2.
are, at number 5 is Snowbreak with 21,000.
Let me tell you why I think Best Waifus goes to Brown Dust 2. It's banned on Steam. That's it. That's the only reason. ZZ Easy moving on. Yeah, Once again, I put before, I would have liked ZZZ to win. Because I do like that. Where does Ghost Frontline 2? Where it belongs, in the fucking bin.
814
fair enough.
Votes. At number...
I would probably put Ghost Frontline 2 over Snowbreak. Snowbreak's quite literally just, I'm going to look at you. Even Brown Dust 2. This all depends on how do you define a waifu.
4 is
What's your
Azure
definition of a
Lane,
waifu?
with 24,467 votes. At number 3 is Zinless Zone Zero with 45,019 votes.
Not bad.
And coming in second place is Brown Dust 2 with 50,024 votes. And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the best waifus.
I'm on a losing streak right now.
With 84,000.
Oh, that's a sweep and a half.
Votes.
Holy
As someone
shit.
that admittedly, undeniably plays every single one of those games, I can concur. Snowbreak has gone super gooner, and it works. Azure Lane has designs that blow your mind. Zenless has some crazy characters as well, and they lean very heavily into the waifu meta.
Jiggle
Brothers
physics
2 is about as degenerate as these games come, but Nikke seems to pull ahead due to the designs of the characters, but also beyond that, the characters and their respective personalities themselves.
Yeah, it's because, at least with Nikke, compared to Brown Dust 2, Nikke characters have personalities that you know, get attached to. They have their own characters. They're not just, I'm going to look at this person, you know, beat the meat off. But who's not on that list? I'm not. And I'm not surprised the Wolverine Waves isn't on that list. Because Wolverine Waves is a wife with the week scenario. Where, look at 2.0, we had Carlotta. 2.1, we moved on to Phoebe. 2.2, Cartafia, we had Zanny there somewhere as well. Basically, yeah, Zenless Zone Zero is 15 gigabytes jiggle physics. I think it's more than 15.
Now let's talk lore.
The next award that I'm about to present to you all is a very special one.
So, let me explain. But no, let's get into this first. Let's see the nominees.
That might scare off some gacha players sometimes because it requires reading. Hey guys, it's Kaijo, and I'm about to announce the winner for best lore in a gacha game. I also want to use this opportunity to give a huge shout out.
I'm really sorry. Hold up. I talked over his name. Hold up.
Hey guys, it's Kaijo, and I'm about to announce the winner for best lore in a gacha game.
Apologies about that.
I also want to use this opportunity to give a huge shout out to all these amazing lore content creators, because if you guys would not cover that stuff on YouTube, I think most gacha players would not understand.
That's me with Arknights. Thank you, Arknight CCs. I appreciate that.
The lore of their games at all, since, let's be honest, they don't read. Alright guys, here are the nominees. Arknights, Blue Archive, Fate Grand Order, Genshin Impact, and Honkai Star Rail. And
Alright. So, best lore Olympus automatic last place due to popularity. Now, I've already explained this as well, Alan. So, lore-wise, the lore of Olympus Company is tied to non-gacha. And this is, you know, gacha related. I explained this last time, I'll explain it again. So with Limbus, okay, I think if if everybody had a Kanto, right? Say we're back to, like, Gregor's Kanto Part 2. You skip 50 seconds real quick. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to explain why Limbus isn't there. It's because the lore for Limbus is tied to Lobcorp, Labyrinthia, I believe there's a web novel, Leviathan, non-gacha related. Okay, we should be back. So yeah, we're back now. Cool. So I think Genshin has the best lore, hands down. The problem is, they suck at two things. One, delivering the lore. And two, and especially two, presenting the lore. Look at Star Rail. Look at Amphorius. What a snooze fest. For the most part. So that's why I think Genshin should win this. But Fate Grand Order is literally... In fact, I don't know why I put Genshin Impact as my winner. Fate is quite literally just lore central. It's got 10 years worth of lore. I don't even know why I bet against it.
With 11,000 votes. Number 4 is Honkai Star Rail with 33,000 votes. At number 3, it's Genshin Impact with 45,000 votes.
Okay. Okay, interesting there.
At the number 2, we got Arknights with 61,000 votes.
Also fair.
But there can only be one winner. And the winner is Fate Grand Order. 112,000 votes.
Yeah, I don't know why
Smash that
I
number.
bet against it.
Crazy. Congratulations to Fate Grand Order for winning Best Lore.
This honestly made a lot of sense. Blue Archive is a cute slice-of-life game with a dark, very dark undertone. Honkai Star Rail has a lot of depth to its world, and Genshin is very much the same. Arknight's lore is more expansive than almost any other, but there's no competing against Fate Grand Order. It is basically a visual novel. Now, let's go ahead here and talk best major patch in a gacha game.
So my chat appears to have stopped working, so give me 1 second. I'm just seeing that redeemed Lei Hong. I'm glad you saved up 20,000 points for that. They say best major patch, cue the damn theme.
Novel. Now,
let's be honest, right? It's best major patch. It's got to be Wuthering Waves 2.0, and it's not even close. It revolutionized the game. It made Wuthering Waves into the juggernaut it is today, okay?
let's go ahead here and talk best major patch in a gacha game.
Gacha games are ever improving. They expand on the world and the character.
Alright, they've ruined it. They basically spoiled it. It's Wuthering Waves 2.0. Let me tell you why that is. Testing, yeah, we're back, Denzel. Let me tell you why this has just spoiled the winner for best gacha game patch. This is Cartophia's VA. Why would they get Cartophia? In fact,
they introduce new gameplay features.
Let's see the nominees first.
They add quality of life improvements that make things a little easier. And they introduce new combat mechanics to challenge the players and keep things fresh. Hello, my name is Amanda Rochelle, and I am honored to present the award for Best Major Patch in a Gacha Game. And our nominees are Arknight's episode.
Why would they get Cartophia's a VA from a game to then announce Genshin Impact 6.0 as the best patch? I've just seen something horrendous, by the way. Honkai Star Rail 3.0. Are they out of their fucking minds? This is just pure popularity contest at this point. At least for this. There is no way 3.0. Everybody universally shat on Honkai Star Rail 3.0. I would know. I was one of those people.
Episode 15.
Holy fuck.
Genshin Impact.
That's insane.
6.0. Honkai Star Rail.
But yeah, no, it's Wuthering Waves 2.0. It's not even close.
Wuthering Waves 2.0. And Zenless Zone 0.
It's got a no diff by at least 30,000 votes.
Zenless Zone 0 2.0 with 32,024 votes. At number 4.
Not to say Genshin Impact 6.0 isn't good. It could be considered good because it followed Natlan. And everybody basically kind of despised Natlan. What the fuck is this, Spiff? Well, I'm glad you've asked. This is the first ever Gacha Game Awards for 2025. I slept through every Games 2.0 update. It's stenches of mid. PQ, Wuthering Waves was different. I can't stress it enough. Wuthering Waves 2.0 is a brand new game for Wuthering Waves. That's the best way I can put it. Now, I will say, ZZZ 2.0, just because I enjoyed it, I can see what they were going with. I don't enjoy it as much as this. So this is the VA for Cartophia, Fleur de Lis from Wuthering Waves. And like I said before, it's basically ruined the best major patch. Because why would they get the VA for a character from Wuthering Waves to say, oh yeah, Genshin Impact won?
Is Genshin Impact 6.0.
Anyway, damn it real quick, everybody.
53,142 votes. At number 3 is Arknight's Episode 15 with 56,228 votes. At number 2 is Honkai Star Rail 3.0.
Oh, I almost spat and choked on my water right there. What the fuck do they mean it's in second place? What the fuck? What do they mean? How is it even on the list? There are so many better patches out there. Major patch, I should say. If it's because it's a major patch, I guess I can kind of get it. But for a major patch, this was mid as fuck.
with 82,092
right, 82
votes. And coming in at number 1 as the gacha game with the
135,000 votes. Okay?
best major patch of 2025 is Wuthering Waves 2.0 with 172,000.
I'm lost for words, man. The Hoyo shows rose up. Hoyo shows never stood a chance, judging by 172. That's nearly double the votes. That's fucking incredible. Yo, I see you say low-key Wat Limmer should have been there. Maybe over Star Rail, yeah. The others... Yeah, like you said there, Star Rail wasn't horrible, but it was set up. Genshin Impact. Well, like I said, with Genshin Impact, it just kept basically, it followed Natlan. It wouldn't not be good. ZZZ, whole new region. ZZZ had followed the same route as Wuthering Waves. A whole new region, new mechanics to learn, new gameplay mechanics and whatnot. It felt good, but it's Wuthering Waves 2.0 and it's not even close. It's like a shit show. So, Spiff, it's one of those. It is both a popularity contest and hopefully it's good. So he said here actually on the main thing. It's highly unbiased, not influenced by content creators or studios. Let's keep going because I'll admit it's pretty good. We've had some hits, some misses. Woo were robbed as you see there. See that being, I actually got it written down. I believe I've got a. Yeah, let me add that best collab because I've got some categories to possibly add at the end here. For example, I'll just show you that similar. So categories to add, okay? You've got biggest disappointment, something like, I don't know, Stellosaurer. New CC of the year, this guy. Best collab, because we had Reverse 1999 with Assassin's Creed, like you've seen there, Limbus Arknights. Best writing, which I guess is kind of best narrative, I suppose. Best story presentation, that would be a really good one. I think that'd be a good one. Best gatekeeping, it's just a really fun one. That would be Limbus Company, by the way. You have to read the game. It's impossible. I like best worst community. This is a really fucking fun one, in my opinion. It basically becomes, okay, choose your poison. Hoyo Shills, Kurobots. Yeah. Let's keep going.
1,682 votes. Congratulations
That's fucking
to all
incredible,
the nominees
though.
and to the winner.
Let's be honest, the majority of Zenless has been enjoyable. Genshin Impact with Nod Cry has been relatively well received. Honkai Star Rail is always killing it at the top. Every Arknights chapter is thrilling in a different way. But Wuthering Waves has had the most substantial improvement.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves
of any
2.0
gacha
is
game in the
different than
genre,
Wuthering Waves.
and it truly shows. Now let's
People
talk about
reading,
free-to-play
not in this
friendliness.
economy.
You know, playing and enjoying
Hey,
gacha
Gacha
games can be
Smack.
quite expensive, especially when you consider the cost per pull or how peak those character designs are. You know you want to pull on each and every one, and every time you get one, the next character's better than the one you just secured. I know, man. 10
Star Rail?
pulls per week, if you're lucky. 50-50 chance, a lot of us complain about that. How about no pity at all, bucko? My name is Gacha Smack, and I'm here to present the award for the
The number one Kurobot, might I add. The number one.
2025 best free-to-play friendly gacha game, voted by none other than you, the community.
Free-to-play friendly.
Here are our nominees. Start.
Okay, so hear me out. I did a back and forth on this. I've got PGR here, right? Because it's very skill intensive and the characters are kind of fit a niche, right? It should be a Limbus Company, and in fact, I have Limbus Company. If Limbus Company isn't nominated, Stix, something's wrong here, okay? And let me explain why. Now we're going to get to a bit of Limbus Glazing. Who could have seen that, right? Every single character in this game is free. You can get every single character from pretty much all the seasons that you might have missed out on. And all you have to do is use, when I find it eventually, these ego shards that you can grind for free to play. In fact, the battle pass is how you can get them. You get these nice little boxes here. There's another kind of box somewhere. You get these boxes where you get to pick which ones. Day 1, 80% of my IDs are up tier 4. Free to play. Exactly. Where's everyone else's shards? I had to get rid of them for reasons that I don't want to discuss right now. Okay, I will show you very briefly where everyone's shards are, okay? They're in here. I up tier 4'd them. So as much as I would love Limbus to be here, I don't think it's going to be there. So that's why I've got PGR.
Starting off with Arknights, a Z.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Lane.
It's a shame, but what can you do?
Archive, Nikkei, and last but definitely not least, Punishing Gray Raven. Coming in at number 5.
It should have been Olympus, not this.
Blue Archive with 22,084 votes. Coming in at number 4, we have Nikkei with 48,461 votes. And now for number 3, Azir Lane with 51,116 votes. And here comes the interesting part. Coming in at number 2, don't hold your breath, Arc Knights with 64,012
Finally, I got
votes.
a W.
And now our 2025 best free-to-play friendly gacha game winner, and it's not even close, a overwhelming victory, coming in at 102,814 votes.
Holy shit.
Punishing Gray Raven. Congratulations, kudos.
It is a popularity diff at times. If Limbus Company was a bit more popular, a bit more mainstream in the gacha space, it would have been nominated a lot more, I think. That being said, I'm glad there's no Hoyo game on this, because let's be honest, we can all pretend Hoyo games are free-to-play friendly, or as free-to-play challenges. There's a reason free-to-play accounts on Hoyo games don't really last that long. Hard to sustain. Well, Waves to an extent is also kind of like that.
Games, you guys won it, and I think you deserved it.
Finding free-to-play friendly gacha games is a bit difficult. Gacha is predatory by its very nature, but Blue Archive has such a low cost and high currency turnover that it's easy to acquire every character. Nikkei rewards you with so much premium currency and free pulls, it almost feels like they're giving you characters completely free. Azure Lane allows you to acquire characters without the need to spend money. Arc Knights has earnable premium currency through various means, and Punishing Gray Raven is such a low cost for characters and weapons that it's almost impossible to miss obtaining everyone. Now let's go ahead and talk about the best.
Hold up.
Weapons that it's almost impossible.
It's almost impossible not to obtain anybody. My brother in Christ. It is quite literally impossible to miss anybody on Genshin, Limbus Company. They are all there. Every single, even fucking past IDs and egos, even the weapons you can get from the events. Even, okay, maybe not announcers, but you get the point, right? God, serious oversight. In Limbus, you had to put it exactly in Limbus. I should know. That's a dangerous phrase to say, okay? Let's not try that.
To miss obtaining everyone. Now let's go ahead and talk about the best non-character gacha game.
This is what I was curious about. What do they mean by non-character gacha game? I think it's a case of, here are the characters that you create. It's not an already pre-built, pre-established, self-insert kind of character.
Not all gacha games are character gacha games. Some offer
Mrs. Stix.
classes, others cosmetic, and it is my pleasure.
Blue Archive, you're the predator. There we go. In Blue Archive, you're the predator.
Non-character gacha
In the Chris Hansen have a seat kind of way.
And our nominees are Blue Protocol Star Residence.
Okay, so it is.
Crystal of Atlan.
Okay.
Duet Night Abyss. Where Winds Meet. At number.
Once again, they've done it again. It's going to be Where Winds Meet. Okay. Just that alone, right? Look at how she announces the nominees.
Of Atlan. Duet Night Abyss. Where Winds Meet.
Doesn't even try and hide the fact she loves Where Winds Meet. I think it's kind of obvious.
At number.
To be fair, as well, yeah, Where Winds Meet is fucking peak.
Number 4 is Crystal of Atlan with 14 votes. Number 3
14.
is Blue Protocol Star Resonance with 273 votes. At number 2 is Duet Night Abyss with 37,154 votes. And coming in at number 1, my personal favorite, as the best non-character gacha game is Where Winds Meet.
Peak.
With 51,892 votes. So congratulations to Where...
What? It got more than all 3 games combined.
Winds Meet. I will continue playing.
That's embarrassing.
And honestly, I continue to play both of these games, but I really love where wins meet.
There aren't a lot of non-character gacha games. Maybe that's going to change moving into 2026. Crystal of Atlan had
Limbus is doing pretty dirty. We're
Limbus
lovers over here.
Imagine an outfit gacha, Do It Night Abyss, and
But we're going to try and keep it unbiased. I have to maintain a little bit of unbiasy.
Quite a bit ahead. Now let's talk music.
Music aids in elevating game.
Yeah, Where's Beat is on mobile. It is now. Mobile, let's not talk about mobile, okay? Mobile is a different category. This is cool, though, okay? I believe it said best music in a gacha game. So, Marco Meatball, you'll love to see it. He's the music guy in the space.
It heightens moments of tension. It creates a sense of importance, of peace, of accomplishment, or sorrow. The soundtrack is one of the most important aspects of a video game. Hey, my name is Marco Meatball, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Soundtrack in a Gacha Game. Our nominees are Arknights, Genshin Impact, Grand Blue Fantasy, Nikke, Punishing Grey Raven.
Grand Blue has... Oh, yeah, Grand Blue's got a gacha. No, I'll look at. All right. I know you like glazing Limbus. I know you love glazing it. Some of the music just kind of all blends in together. Some of the music, like look at Kanto 6. As peak as it was, a lot of the boss musics, a lot of the boss fights, music sounds the same. It just kind of blends in. That being said, Lei Hong's OST. However, I'm going to go with Genshin Impact, okay? Let me tell you why Genshin Impact. Notice before, way back when Ufi was delivering her nominee, I heard the Liu soundtrack, right? I heard the Liu soundtrack. Immediately me going, yo, shit, yo, check that out. Immediately recognizable. You know where it's from. You feel a certain kind of way. Oh my god. So fucking good.
At number 5 is Grand Blue Fantasy with 35,261 votes. At number 4 is Genshin Impact with 45,007.
Okay, so clearly I'm just holding this L. Hey, do me a favor, hand me that L real quick. Holy shit. Damn, I am very missing today. It's gotta be PG, Arvin. It's gotta be PG.
Votes. At number 3 is Nikke with 52,018 votes. At number 2 is Punishing Grey Raven with 71,943 votes. And coming in at number 1 is the gacha game with the best soundtrack, Arknights, with 90,481 votes.
Honestly, these games all had phenomenal soundtracks. Grand Blue Fantasy's boss music is incredible. Genshin Impact has such phenomenal general soundtracks. Nikke's battle and event music are always absolute bangers. Punishing Grey Raven and Arknights, however, genuinely leave people asking if they come up with the songs and music first and then animate scenarios around that music.
Yeah, popularity votes. That works as well.
Gacha games.
Hey, what is up, guys? Guitar Rock here. We have had the best husbandos. We have had the best waifus. What we haven't had is the award for the most degenerate gacha game. Now, these games are for only the most cultured of gacha gamers. And with some of the most down-bad character designs, stories, and of course situations. It is my pleasure.
It's Brown Dust 2. It's banned from Steam. Even before release, it's banned from Steam. Okay.
To present to you guys the award for the
I can't even show you Brown Dust 2 because...
game. Now, our nominees are Azur Lane, Brown Dust 2, Love and Deep Space.
I forgot about Love and Deep Space. No. Love and Deep Space isn't as good as this. Maybe Snowbreak, but... Look, I'm that confident in Brown Dust 2. I've already put yes. I've already got that I've won this.
Nikke, Goddess of Victory, and of course, Snowbreak. Now, the winners are, at 5th place, Azur Lane with 21,517 votes. At 4th place, Snowbreak with 24,961 votes. At 3rd place, Nikke, Goddess of Victory with 35,044 votes. At 2nd place,
Lads.
Brown Dust 2 with...
Fuck off!
50,614 votes. And last but not least, at 1st place, the most degenerate gacha game out there is Love and Deep Space with...
Clearly, I need to get my gay on. Alright. I don't know how that would work, right? It's like, yo, I need to check this game out. Alright, we gotta be gay for a week. I don't know how that's gonna work. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. If somebody can, point out why Love and Deep Space is it. No, I have to admit, though, there are some of this. I can't actually show you Brown Dust 2. I can't show you Brown Dust 2. Oh, I get banned. Have I done Kanto 9? Let me show you very briefly where we're at Kanto 9. I need a break from Kanto 9. That's why we're just doing this. But I'm currently on 912. So I believe I've got 7 more to go. On the bright side, we're almost done. Let's breeze through this, actually. Because I'll admit, this has been going on for quite a while. So let's just
91,724 votes.
Wait, so, on his weaning out while this girl is strapping him with bandage as a YouTuber for Love and Deep Space. Alan, what the fuck? Yo, Love and Deep Space Marathon? Who knows?
Oh, congratulations to Love and Deep Space, and big shout out to Stix
so what's
for
next?
having me on.
We love gooning over husbandos, over waifus.
We do.
Azure
We love
Lane
that.
ship waifus are phenomenal.
Dead ass.
Snowbreak lets
Oh,
you do
God.
some weird things with them. Nikkei's just
Send me the
unabashedly in
link.
your face. Brown Dust 2 has gone full
I have to
on
verify that
degenerate.
myself.
Love and Deep Space pretty much.
What do you mean
tops
he's got
them
his
all.
weenie out? Is it bigger than mine?
Husbando lovers over waifus.
No, it
See,
can't be bigger than mine.
We all love to get our goon on. Now let's talk art.
Art and visuals help give meaning to the numbers and
visuals.
values of our
Okay,
games.
okay.
Intricate world design immerse us.
Before you say
into
it,
the
no,
world
Limbus Company
and the
isn't
events that
here.
are happening.
Okay.
Captivating character designs can help us fall in love with the characters, and special effects help engage us with the content.
I don't think it's
My
got
name
the
is
best
Brendan,
art.
and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Art Direction in a Gacha game. Our nominees are Arknights, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Reverse 1999,
Fuck off
and
with Honkai Star Rail, man.
Waves. At number 5,
Alright, Honkai Star Rail's Ultimates are the only good thing, are the only good art direction. Look at Final, look at Casterus, look at, oh god, what was the other one? Acheron. Fucking, what's he called? Harmony Rover, right? H78033, yeah, he keeps getting fucking, well, exactly, Ultimates and HSR are the only good thing about the art direction. Everything else looks mid as fuck. It's like Reverse 1999 Arknights. Sure, it's good, but there's only so much you can do. Turn-based games can't have the best art direction. It's just not possible. There's only so much you can do with 2D. 2.5D you can do a lot more with. 3D you can't, it's not beating it, okay? So it's got to be Wuthering Waves. In fact, I put reluctantly, I don't even know why I put that. Like, Genshin Impact's fine. Like, the Ultimates are flashy, but that's about it. At least the Ultimates in Wuthering Waves have meaning to it. In fact,
is Arknights with 55,490 votes. And coming in at number 1 as a gacha game with the best art direction is Honkai Star Rail with
robbed. We'll get some thoughts at the end of this. I have some feedback I want to kind of relay. I want to put at the end of this, okay?
82,569 votes. That's a pretty big jump.
Reverse 1999's art style is absolutely stunning. Genshin
I have
Impact's
some
world
critiques,
design is
okay?
incredibly
To be fair,
detailed.
this is
Wuthering
the
Waves took
first,
world and character designs
by
and
the
then
way.
just magnified them.
So there's
Arknight's
bound to be some
entire
mistakes
aesthetic
here
just
and there.
oozes quality and appeal.
Mistakes, as
and
an
Honkai
opinion.
Star Rail's design there.
There's bound to be some things people disagree with. There's still, like, it's the first time, nothing's perfect.
Character models in the combat. Let's talk best gacha release of 2025.
Every year.
Best gacha release. Alright, first of all, yeah, I like HSR as well, but I can't condone the shit it's getting away with. Best art direction. Show me one technique in HSR that's good.
We have several gacha game releases that take the world by storm. Just last year, we've had Ghost Frontline 2, Infinity Nikki,
Bro is not hiding the fact he's looking at a script.
Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone.
He's not hiding the fact.
2025 has had just as many, maybe not high profile, but games that absolutely dominated in their own respective ways. Hey guys, my name is Mr. Pokey, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Gacha Releases of 2025.
It has to be Where Winds Meet, but I do kind of hope it's CZN.
Our nominees are Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, Stella Sora.
How the fuck you got Stellar Sora on this? Right, better yet. So first of all, Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. This is a TCG simulator. Think Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, okay? Stellar Sora is a fucking train wreck from, not even from launch, from the first second of launch. When they changed the pull rates at the very start, okay? Phantom X might be popularity diff, okay? Persona 5 Phantom X is basically, what if Persona 5, but you have to pay to get the characters? Let me tell you why Uma Musume shouldn't win. Firstly, I think Where Winds Meet should have been on there, but, you know, it would sweep. It should be Chaos Zero Nightmare, okay? Let me explain the difference why. Uma Musume, on launch, the first month, fucking huge. The second month, hype kind of died down a bit, but everyone's still playing Uma Musume, everyone's heard of it. Look at Uma Musume now. Okay? I rarely see any streams about it, and if it is, it's because somebody wants something bold to do, is what it is. I barely see it. People still talk and hype up Chaos Zero Nightmare, even despite the fact it has the world's worst marketing to this day. You barely see any shit about Chaos Zero Nightmare. I see no ads. I see no CCs talking about it, hyping up new characters, talking no live streams about new patches. But everyone always goes, after the release of a new character, a new patch, wow, CZN's so amazing. It should be Chaos Zero Nightmare.
Chaos Zero Nightmare, Persona 5 The Phantom X, and last but not least, Uma Musume. Coming in at rank...
Another reason I'm saying that as well is before we had Rednu. Now, Rednu is the Uma Musume guy. If Uma Musume won this, Rednu would be presenting this, most likely.
Number 5 is going to be Stella Sora with 12,571 votes.
Deserved.
Coming in at number 4 is Persona 5 The Phantom X with 33,290 votes. Number 3 is Shadowverse Worlds Beyond with 40...
How the fuck is... Okay, you know what, that's fair. Shadowverse.
41,640 votes. And number 2 is Chaos Zero Nightmare with 61,040
okay, I was wrong.
votes. Which brings us to the number 1 best gacha release of 2025 for Uma Musume Pretty Derby at a whopping 112,900.
Okay, my thought process there was because it's dipped or because it's not as big anymore. But no, if including the impact it had at launch and the impact it had overall, sure, Uma Musume. Yeah, okay, I can live with that.
164 votes.
Stella Sora ended up being an incredibly fun gacha game. Persona 5 The Phantom X was an
Nick's
incredibly enjoyable
Stix' Harry Chess used to put me off. It's like this.
Shadowverse Worlds Beyond gave fans of the Shadowverse TCG something new to fall in love with. Chaos Zero Nightmare broke onto the scene with love, with passion, and Uma Musume just obliterated all of its competition, coming in as the #1 gacha game release of the year. Now let's talk the best gacha game overall this year.
It's Wuthering Waves. Also diabolical to have... It is diabolical to have Saint Tontas following Mr. Pokey. Having them back to back, side to side. The only thing that's missing is like Pokey, Saint Tontas, Genozad. That's fucking funny. First of all, don't kill this motherfucker. Don't kill anybody. Nobody wants to promote any form of violence. Bad, Alan. If I had a water bottle right now, I would spray you like a cat. Bad. No more of that talk, okay? Most underrated gacha game. That should be one, actually. Underrated gacha game. But no, I think Wuthering Waves has won this because why would you have Saint Tontas present an award? In fact, let's see what the nominees are first.
Games have incredible stories, enthralling you in a narrative spanning years.
Also, his webcam quality is the same as mine.
Timing, reflexes, and patience. And then we have games that are casual and rewarding.
Not even hiding
the undeniable fact.
The best thing about this is we can see the script reflected in his glasses.
There can only be one true best gacha game of 2025. Hey, my name is Saint, and it is my pleasure today to present.
I need him to like do the eyeglasses thing up that he usually does.
2025. Our nominees
I need to see
are
his classic
Arknights,
move.
Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Uma Musume.
No ZZZ. How dare. But yeah, here's what I mean. No way are we getting Saint Tontas to host the best gacha of 2025 and say, and in #1, in first place, the best gacha of 2025, Honkai Star Rail. We're just not getting it. That's a critique. We're going to save the critiques for the end.
Sume, and of course, Wuthering Waves. Now...
and of course...
Wuthering Waves. Time for the results. At number 5, with 41,223 votes, we'll have Honkai Star Rail.
Oh, thank God for that.
Congratulations to Wei. At number 4, with 47,928 votes, Uma Musume.
Okay, so it's going to be Uma Musume, Arknights, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves.
And at number 3, with 52,014 votes, Arknights. And at number 2, with 128,947 votes, another Hoyoverse title, Genshin Impact.
See what I mean? Yeah, Saint Glaze Wuthering. To be fair, I would also glaze Wuthering Waves just as nearly as hard. It is a fucking phenomenal game. But yeah, like I said, it's quite obvious Wuthering Waves won this because we've got Saint talking about it.
Coming in at number 1 as the best gacha game of 2025 with 132,290 votes. Of course, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be Wuthering Waves. Congratulations, Wuwa, and congratulations, Kuro Games.
There were a lot of great
I love that. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever seen Saint, he just does that an awful lot. It's funny. Like, of course.
Contenders for best gacha game of 2025. Arknights is the best strategy game the genre has to offer. Genshin Impact remains one of the best gacha games as a whole right now on mobile.
Nowadays, cross-platform gachas have become all the rage, with many people preferring amazing graphics on a large HD screen rather than the limitations of a smaller device. But going back to our roots, there are many gachas that still offer an amazing experience.
Okay, so I've got Uma Musume as my thing. I've got Uma Musume, right? But I would like it to be Wizardry. Wizardry plays exactly the same way on mobile as it does on there. I'm going to delete Wizardry. I don't think it's going to be nominated. It should be. Wizardry needs more love.
Experience for your phone, whether it's allowing you to play HL Gacha RL, Love in Deep Space, Uma Musume.
It's got to be Love in Deep Space then. It's on the...
Number 5 is Love in Deep Space with...
I was going to say, going against Love in Deep Space in a category. It's one of those, you never think about Love in Deep Space until you see it in a category, and then you go, oh shit. Love in Deep Space.
22,583 votes. At number 4 is Fate Grand Order with 47,119 votes. At number 3 is Arknights with 49,050.
See, I would also think it's Arknights because I'm pretty sure outside of emulators on PC, you can only play it on phone. Which I do believe Arknights is coming to PC pretty soon.
15 votes. At number 2 is Uma Musume with 55,493 votes. And the winner is, for Best Mobile Gacha Game of 2025, at number 1 is Honkai Star Rail with 7...
Once again, a popularity vote. It's clearly a popularity vote.
22,834 votes. Congrats to all the winners.
These are games that sell on mobile devices, or at the very least provide a great experience for mobile gamers. Love in Deep Space is effortlessly accessible on mobile. Fate Grand Order is a nice, simple experience as well. Arknights doesn't have a full PC version yet. Uma Musume's simplicity also shines through on mobile.
And once again, I have got another L there.
Performs well on both PC and mobile, but it also doesn't require a lot of user input that would make it difficult to play or enjoy on mobile. Now let's talk Best Gacha Studio.
Gacha studios vary in terms of community engagement.
How does that work?
Free-to-play friendliness, generosity, whether they prioritize their players or their quarterly financials. Hi, my name is Ryuko Sensei, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for Best Gacha Game Studio of 2025. Our nominees are Cygames, known for Uma Musume, which came out to global this year. Hypergriff, best known for their long-running game Arknights, with Arknights Enfield on the horizon. Kuro Games, known for both Punishing Grey Raven and Wuthering Waves. Manju, still going strong with Azure Lane, with many looking forward to the upcoming title Azure Familiar. And also Shift Up, which was...
Before anyone says, where is Project Moon? They have one game. The Limbus Company. But yeah, no, we don't have enough sleeper agents yet. My hope is we will get sleeper agents one day. That's my goal for 2026. Indoctrinate more people for Limbus Company. No, I think it's going to be Kuro Games, but it could be either one of these.
First known for Nikkei Goddess of Victory, but has made a massive splash on the global scene with Stellar Blade. At number 5...
Oh shit! Oh, I forgot Nikkei and Stellar Blade. Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Cygames with 18,420 votes. At number 4 is Manju with 21,800...
This is kind of embarrassing. They've hidden the votes behind this. Okay, that's something you can change.
19 votes. At number 3 is Hypergriff with 35,024 votes. At number 2 is Shift Up with 55,712 votes, which means coming in at number 1 as the best gacha game studio of 2025 is Kuro Games with 144,651 votes. Congratulations to Kuro Games.
It's always refreshing when gacha studios reward and appreciate their players. Cygames
Arknights
Enfield with many of their games. Manju with Azure Lane give more than they probably should. Hypergriff are very receptive and communicative. Shift Up with both Nikke and Stellar Blade even are very generous and act in their players' best interest most of the time. And Kuro Games with Punishing Grim and Wuthering Waves do more for their players and implement more quality of life improvements than almost any other gacha game out there. Now let's talk about the most anticipated gacha game of 2026.
2026 is going to be an incredible year for gacha games. We have a major game releasing in what seems to be every single category. Open world, action.
Also, can we just say, I like the background.
Combat, turn-based, narrative-driven, casual slice of life, cozy idle RPG. It is truly going to be a year that caters to every single type
if this is an Arknight's Enfield,
welcome, I'm Josh Hayes, and it is my pleasure today to present the award for most anticipated gacha game of 2025. Our nominees are
No, it's just Josh Strive.
It's
Josh Strive plays? Hayes? Okay, so it's going to be this. Hang on.
Field. Azure Promelia. Honkai Nexus Anima, Neverness to Everness, Petite Planet, Silver Palace, and Vasapura.
First of all, is Vasapura a gacha game? I'm pretty sure it wasn't teased to be one. Petite Planet, I don't know if that's a gacha game as well. Silver Palace, I believe, is a gacha? Maybe? The only ones I know are confirmed to be gachas are Neverness to Everness, Azure Pamelia, and Arknight's Enfield. The others I don't really know.
At number 7 is Neverness to Everness with 12,000 votes.
It's a shit show.
Number 6 is Petite Planet with 27,000 votes. At 5 is Silver Palace with 30,800 votes. At number 4 is
Silver Palace. That's a bit confusing. I would have thought Silver Palace would be higher. Unless the latest gameplay beta footage made it go.
Azure Promelia with 34,000 votes. At number 3 is Vasapura with 45,000 votes. And at number 2 is Honkai Nexus Anima with...
Once again, a popularity vote. It should have been that high, let's be honest. It's just Pokemon. That's all it is. It's just a... Honkai Nexus Anima is a powered ripoff of a Pokemon ripoff.
With 60,000
votes, absolutely
coming in at
deserved.
number 1 as the most anticipated gacha game of 2026 is Arknight's Enfield with an
cannot wait to cover this on the channel, by the way.
172,294 votes.
2026 has a lot of potential. Neverness to Everness with its urban open world, Petite Planet's cozy slice of life game style, Silver Palace's Victorian brawler
Nintendo
combat,
will
Azure
soon.
Pamelia's open
Nintendo
world
will
creature
soon.
collection, Vasapura's more darker take on a supernatural theme, Honkai Nexus Anima being an amalgamation of auto battler, creature collector, and more. And finally, Arknight's Enfield's take on a semi-open world.
Stix, you can't say creature collector. Oh god. You can hear Nintendo choppers circling the area.
With factory construction as a focus. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. And
well,
those
2026 does look like a good fucking year.
And these are your categories and winners for the very first International Gacha Game Award Show of 2025. I had a lot of fun doing this. All the content creators involved had a lot of fun doing this. I appreciate every single person that has been a part of this. All of you that are watching. I hope that this is an overwhelming, resounding success, and we can do the same thing again at the end of 2026. I made a YouTube dedicated specifically to these game awards. If you want to go ahead, subscribe to that channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna link that down in the description.
Look at each nominee individually, then you're more than welcome to, and I genuinely appreciate the time you've taken here to watch and be a part of this endeavor. I know you think...
Okay, this is just Stix's classic outro, so let's get the feedback, because I do have some feedback right now. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to try and wrap this up real briefly. Firstly, some categories to add. You know, bigger disappointment, like something like Stellar Sora. Like I said, new CC of the year, best collab, best writing. It's just my biggest critique, right? My biggest critique. Some of the awards were kind of spoiled by who had presenting them. For example, you got the VA for Cartafia to give an award for Wuthering Waves. It was quite obvious. I get why they'd be more inclined to do that, but it kind of spoils it a little bit. Saint with best gacha game of the year. Maybe give Saint something that doesn't involve Wuthering Waves. Who knows? I'd like to see. Hopefully this expands. I wouldn't say it was an overwhelming, resounding success. definitely a success. I had a lot of fun watching this. I enjoyed this. It's quite obvious though, there is only one true game of the year.
Mon ami, clair-obscur, expédition 33!
Anyway, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, give a huge shout out to Stix, huge shout out to the Game Awards, or the Gacha Game Awards. Ton of fun. I can't wait for next year. It's going to be great. 2026 is looking really hype. Hopefully you're all ready for it. Say no to doom posting. Only hope posting from here. And I'll catch you on the next one.